Well, hey there YouTube, this is Brendan, welcome back, and we're going to get into something that's going to be a fairly straightforward installation, I think. I've got a Mk4 Jetta, aka Joan Jetta, my daughter's Jetta, the project that has been pretty good to us so far, and we're doing something fairly simple with a different Jetta. We have recently become a kayaking family. We've always been into water sports, but we've never really had the room to store our own equipment or the money to buy our own water sports kind of stuff. Recently I was able to score a pretty good deal on an ocean kayak for my wife as a birthday present. She loves it, which is great. Now we are left with the challenge of getting it from our home, which are kind of in the foothills of the mountains east of San Diego, down to the beach where she could actually use it. So I've invested in some racks that will go on top of the Jetta and allow her to bring a friend and another kayak on top of this. So we're going to try the installation. It should work fairly well. I've got the factory Thule racks on top of the car already with some bike racks, and it looks like they'll be able to coexist pretty nicely. So again, if you've ever wondered about how hard it is to install racks, we'll see how this goes, and then we'll show you. But yeah, let's see. These are cheapy kayak racks off of Amazon. It was like 125 bucks for 2 pairs of racks. We'll see. I don't know what the quality's going to look like. I know you get what you pay for. They look like they are the exact same racks that are priced at about twice the price on the same site. I don't know. I took them out of the box. They look like they're all right. So just basic aluminum racks. We'll see how they do. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, here we are with the silver Mk4 Jetta, and I've opened up the parts. It looks a little... Oh, wow. Merge to the right. All right, somebody is getting yelled at by the highway patrol on the freeway. Nice. And he was literally just telling somebody in the left lane to move over to the right because he was going too slow. And I really love that. So I welcome that interruption. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, that just happened. I live pretty close to the freeway. Anyway, the instructions from this look like something from an IKEA catalog, and it even comes with its own weird little tool to go with it. So apparently you don't need tools. Let's see how this goes. It might work great. It might be a complete disaster. Who knows? Okay, so again, it's 2 sets of these racks, and they're identical. So I'm just going to work. It's basically you're doing the same thing 4 times to get all 4 corners. So we're just going to attempt to do the one and see how it goes. So first impression, this has got like this rubbery guard thing here, and here's the other rack piece that goes into it. It slides in there, and then this is going to hang out on top of the rack, and it's got some metal brackets that apparently are going to sandwich it all together. So there's a larger bracket that looks like it supports this and goes here, and then a smaller bracket that goes underneath, and it all clamps together on the rack. And I mean, it looks like a fairly simple construction. So I'm going to space it out just far enough that it's not going to interfere with our bike rack. And yeah, we'll see how that works. So let's see here as I drop stuff all over the place. So it looks like that goes there, and looks like that's going to go underneath. And we've got a variety of different pieces of hardware that come with it. The very bottom, which, okay. So one set of long carriage bolts are going to actually go all the way through, down through the very bottom bracket from the top. Because that makes sense. And this rubber guard here is going to line up on top of this. So I guess the long carriage bolt fits here. Another long carriage bolt. And then we got some other carriage bolts that are going to bolt it to this bracket. So kind of like that. And then I've got some more carriage bolts that are going to secure that. All right, well, let's see what else we got in here. So here's the funky IKEA tool that came with it, of course. That's super helpful. And I'll just put that there. Shorter carriage bolt, shorter carriage bolt. Looks like these, well, I'm not even, they're just screws, they're not even carriage bolts. It looks like that goes through a washer and then into a nut. And it looks like we've got lock nut and we've got regular nuts. So I'm gonna assume that since this is some sort of structural hold it in place kind of deal, that it is gonna want the washer and a lock nut. Got a little nylon insert. Okay, so it comes with the Allen key. Has actually got a screwdriver on the end of it, so this is definitely reminding me of IKEA type stuff. So IKEA screwdriver and IKEA wrench. What could possibly go wrong? I'll tell you what, I'll use these funky little pseudo tools for about 3 seconds here just to say that I did. But yeah, no, I'm not going to trust the weight of a kayak to these little things and whatever I can torque it. So I'm going to go get some real tools. I'll be right back.
5 minutes later.
All right, here we are. We're back. I've got proper tools. Got a 13 millimeter, 12 millimeter, and a real ratcheting screwdriver with the right size bit. So we should be able to get this secure without any weirdness happening from IKEA style tools. All right, so you can see the construction. You've got a screw going through to the first bracket, secured by a washer and a nylon nut. And that secures these together to each other, as well as to this little protective rubber thing, which is going to protect your kayak from getting messed up by the hardware. And then you got the one long bolt, which I was erroneously referring to as a carriage bolt before, that comes straight through to the second bracket, which is secured underneath with this 14 millimeter and a washer. This is not a nylon nut tighten. It looks like it is going to tighten to flush against the other bracket, which that's good. Paying heed to our mantra of don't tighten it to the Kung Fu Voodoo Monkey Death Grip level. That should be good. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. All right, that should be good. And now there is more, the two final pieces. These, I guess they serve as kind of locking pieces to prevent the 14 millimeter nut from coming undone, or maybe they're really just sort of for looks at this point, because that's pretty. If they just used a nylon locking nut, you wouldn't need this extra piece. So it's weird. It's a weird construction choice, but go ahead and tighten that on there. And voila. So let's go ahead and repeat the same on the other four corners, but that's what it ends up looking like. All right, cue the really funky YouTube copyright-free music as we focus in on the freshly completed Kayak racks on the Jetta, which have apparently been a successful installation with a minimal of hassle, and happy with how they turned out. We will have to test them and see how they actually do in practice. So I'll have to get back to you on that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that it looks pretty good, and we'll see how we're able to manage getting the kayak actually on the car and secured, see how they work, and then we'll report back to you. But if you are doing this, I would highly recommend using real tools, not the IKEA tools that come with the kit. I would not trust the installation with those sort of tools whatsoever. So real tools, and all the hardware looks pretty decent, feels pretty solid. I'm frankly shocked for the price. I was expecting, I don't know, something of wish.com quality kind of stuff, but it seems all right. So got it on Amazon. I'll post a link in the description, so if you are looking for kayak racks that can bolt onto your factory rack set. So far, these look pretty good, but I'm gonna have to get back to you with how they function once we actually try to put the kayak on it. Anyway, God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Again, please let me know if there's particular content you're looking for, some project that you're dying for me to get into, something that you've noticed about my vehicles that maybe I could delve into and deal with. But I also want to give a shout out to my very generous patrons on Patreon. Thank you for sponsoring me and helping me to be able to achieve such things as these racks on top of the Jetta. Thank you for your sponsorship. I appreciate you, and I hope you tune in again soon as we continue on with all the different car projects we have going on here on Cliff Jumper Cars and many other how-to videos. I'm filming this in the ramp-up period of time when I normally would be getting ready for Comic-Con, my favorite event of the year, where I serve helping run the how-to room at Comic-Con. Go figure. So, I'm trying to put my creative energy back out into the community and the world at large by creating these how-to videos that you can benefit at home. But that's the sort of thing that we do at our Comic-Con Artist Alley department, is get artists and creatives to put together panel material and teach you how to do stuff that you would like to do even better, and maybe even get a leg in the door in the creative professional community. So, and till next time, see ya. Keep Keep it shiny side up. Bye-bye.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to say goodbye. We'll be back.